it says, the article reads, and I really thought this was satire. You do not know what persecution is, bud, right? Like, as someone who came out here as a religious refugee, let me just tell you, you have no idea what real persecution is.
It's not your faith, son!
Ruslan.
Furries. The furry fandom is a subculture interested in anthropomorphic animal characters. Okay. So there's interesting abstract furries are individuals who are especially interested in anthropomorphic or cartoon animals. They often strongly identify with animals and create fursanas, identities of themselves as animals.
Fursanas instead of personas?
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Is being a furry just a fetish? That's what you said.
That's, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
No, it's not just a fetish.
It's a lifestyle.
Is it a lifestyle? Hold on. There are themes present. There are SEX themes present. Furries are typically subject to media portrayals that overemphasize the SEX part. What is a furry then? In a broadcast sense, a furry is someone with an interest in animals or anthropomorphized, I think that's how you say that word, animals. That is animals who have been given human characteristics like an ability to talk or walk on their hind legs. So like a character at Disneyland or Six Flags.
Big Beanie Babies.
Sure. Okay. So this article blew my mind.
Furries, there's that long scientific definition you just gave us, but like in reality, it's just people that dress up in these costumes.
It sounds like it, yeah. Yeah. But it says, the article reads, and I really thought this was satire. Like I thought this was a satire website.
Like a Babylon Bee situation.
I thought this was like a Babylon Bee situation. And but it wasn't. I poked around this website, Only Sky, and it's not. This is a real thing, okay? Evangelical Christian furries are worried they'll be targeted for their faith. This is real.
Yeah, man.
Okay, let's read it. Let's read some of it.
So this is a furry.
Now that's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Now that is...
Christian furries are worried people will come after them for being Christians. Talk about persecution.
Okay.
There's the premise of religion. That's the premise of a religion news service article by Riley Farwell. I wonder if there's any relation to Jerry Falwell Jr., who spoke to leaders of the Christian Furry Fellowship.
CFF.
Wow. Bringing the good news to the furry fandom. Okay, so it sounds like it's like a novelty group around furries.
Okay.
Okay. And the two things they feel obligated to hide from people in their lives, their faith and their fursanas.
Those are two very drastically different things.
It's one thing to hide behind a costume where you can let your avatar represent you. But when you feel most at home in a furry subculture that's more atheist agnostic than Christian and very welcoming to and accepting of the LGBTQ people, what happens when you're a conservative Christ follower who believes most of the furries you hang out with are hellbound?
I mean, come on.
Christians in the furry community are cautious about who knows about both their furry and faithful selves. Christian furries interviewed for this story, including leaders of the group that calls itself the Christian Furry Fellowship, asked to be anonymous, fearing doxing from within the largely secular furry community for the Christian identity and ostracization. Is that how you say that word? Ostracization? From their professional lives for their furry hobby. This is like a lose-lose, fam. My furry friendships are a blessing, said one CFF organizer with a red fox persona who asked to be called F. And for that reason, I am sad to see so much grief within the fandom that could be helped by the knowledge of the Lord. He's trying to share Jesus with these folks.
Okay.
Yeah. Spare a thought for the happy furries who need more Jesus in their life. I'm having a hard time. This article is
trolling.
No, it's not. It's
no?
he's knocking them. I'm having a hard time feeling sympathy for the Christians who may be furries, but who also have an additional goal of spreading their beliefs in a community that already has to avoid the wrath of Christians in every aspect of their other lives. The type of people who adopt fursanas and identify as LGBTQ have to deal with legal, personal, and moral attacks from Christians who wield incredible power. Interesting. Yet these conservative Christian furries who have the kind of privilege the rest of us can only dream of, so this sounds like somebody writing from within a community, want to come in this community in order to evangelize. And they have the audacity to whine about it, how hard it is how hard are things for them. The furries won't dox them for being Christian. They respect privacy. But you can bet good money that conservative Christians will keep spreading lies about the furries.
What if it says they already have it and it's linking to this live stream right now?
That would be hilarious.
Bro, here's the thing. If you're walking around looking like this, if you're walking around looking like this, guys, everyone is persecuting me for my faith. No, it's not your faith, son.
Oh, no.
What do you mean? What could it be? Dude, it's your fur.
It's your fur, bud.
It's your fur, bud. Bro, it's the mask. It's not it's not the fact that you follow Jesus. Bro, and then the levels. Come on, man. You weren't. Oh, don't even get me started. This is crazy.
This sounds, not for nothing, this sounds like a first world problem.
The amount
of
control you have over your bullying is next level. Like, they're like, I just can't put on my mask anymore. There's kids getting bullied that are in the 2nd grade right now that wish they could just take off the mask and stop being bullied. And you continue to put on an outfit? Come on, man.
I wonder how I got a couple questions. One, why is it the groups that appear to be the most protective of privacy and open-minded tend to be the least accepting of Christians?
Well, because the telling part in this article is that they were like, you have an immense privilege to be a Christian furry because Christians wield immense power over the furry community. And it's like, yeah, sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so their paradigm isn't that they're not accepting. Their paradigm is that we're so unaccepting of them, and where they're wrong is that everyone's unaccepting of them. Like, there's no one messing with you guys. It's not the Christians. Christians aren't like that. It's like, how do we protect ourselves from the furry agenda? Like, that's not.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Bro, everybody is against the furries.
No, hold on. One,
Furries.
I want to come back to the idea if there's any connection to furries and allegedly children in schools identifying as animals. I want to come back to that.
Okay.
That's
I didn't even know this was a thing.
That's a thing.
Okay.
So allegedly.
Okay.
But two, if this is not done in a fetishizing way, and it's like folks that go to Comic-Con in San Diego every year.
Oh, yeah.
And they want to dress up as their favorite superhero, and that's their thing. We would never be mad at those people or persecute those people.
Not mad at them or persecute them.
So if they want to be furries, I don't care. Right? Like, it's no different than going and having an elaborate Spider-Man costume that you wear twice a year to Comic-Con. You go to, or 3 times a year. You go to Comic-Con here, you go to Comic-Con in New York, then you go to, you dress up as Halloween. And it's elaborate. It's cosplay. It's no different.
I mean, it's not no different. Because they did talk about that there's an identity you take on, a persona. So there's a deeper, like, characteristic subconscious side of it that is weird.
I'm saying I don't care.
Yeah. Oh, I don't care.
Like, if I find out somebody's doing this, I don't care.
Yeah.
Right. But the fact that they're like, we'll be persecuted for this by our Christian people, and then the furries will be persecuted, persecute them for being Christian, is the irony of all ironies.
Y'all don't know persecution.
You do not know what persecution is, bud. Right? Like, as someone who came out here as a religious refugee, let me just tell you, you have no idea what real persecution is. This is hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
So I still think they all need therapy. Maybe they do. I don't know. Right. But coming back to the idea of personas, there are murmurings of certain schools where kids as young as elementary school are identifying as animals.
And it said that Simeon blessed God.